Hey, Dudes and Dudettes, Mr. Theorist here, and welcome back to another episode of Geeky Archives. I am joined again by the luscious Draven.
Hi guys.
Sounding awesome as normal.
Yeah.
And this week we're covering one of your subjects.
Yep. Carrying on from the last Greek one.
Nah, we're doing which ones this time?
We're doing Titans this time.
Titans, right.
So if you remember the story, these are the ones just before the Olympians.
These are like the parents of some of the Olympians?
Yes.
Yeah, my brain kind of didn't melt 100%. But before we do that, we were going to say that we want to try something out, guys. Anyone that's watching these podcasts, we want to do a little Q&A.
And if you want to test my knowledge on it, someone already has on the last video.
Yeah, we noticed that a couple of people are asking questions.
So if you've got an area you want to know, and if there's God for it, just put it in the comments.
Cool.
And I'll see if I can get it right. I should be able to. But you might be testing my knowledge.
Oh, I was going to do it without even searching anything up. That's quite cool. Yeah, so we want to do a Q&A in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
So if anyone has any questions, if it's to do with any of the subjects we've got, if it wants to be a random bloody question,
just
we don't really mind.
Stuff about us.
Because we want to start building up something here. So without further ado, Dave, Draven, let's blow my absolute mind again with
Not that it takes much.
Wow. Yeah, let's blow some minds. So these are the Titans.
Titans, yes. And I'll start with the two that you were saying. The parents to the Olympians.
Okay.
So these are the king and queen of the Titans.
Right.
So they're the rulers of... Before the Olympians came along, these were the rulers of everything.
So can I just ask, when you say that these were before the Olympians, were the Olympians seen as like around only during the human times?
Just before, because it depends which
so when
you follow. Some say that Zeus created humanity.
Right.
Some stories say humanity lived before that. They lived during the time of the Titans, but it was the Dark Ages. It was a dark time.
Oh, okay.
Because the Titans ruled with no care for humanity.
So kind of like if you want to kind of put it in a timeline, kind of had the Old Testament when it comes to Christian stories, like that was like the scarier times when the gods were less favourable on humanity.
They just smite humanity, whatever.
Oh, okay. So sorry, I'll go back. You want to do the kings and queens and all this?
So the king would have been Kronos.
That name rings a bell.
It will do because he's the father of Zeus, Hestia, Hera.
Oh yeah, this
Demeter,
is probably
Zeus, and Poseidon.
a lot of this is probably going to be covered by oh, that's my cat scratching the door.
Yep, you can't come in.
Shh.
But yeah, so Kronos. This is where it gets interesting because even though he was the king, he wasn't actually a god of anything major. He was the god of the harvest. And one thing that was major, he was the god of destructive time. There is another god of time, who's also called Kronos.
Wait, I think my brain has already checked out. Wait, so he's the god of harvest, but also...
And destructive time.
Destructive... Ancient Greeks had a god for disruptive time. Destructive time.
Yes. And also another deity for time, who was also called Kronos, but spelled differently.
My brain's already just melted, like, what?
Yep.
Carry on. Maybe my brain will understand a bit more.
His wife, Rhea.
No.
Don't know it?
No, don't know at all.
Goddess of fertility, motherhood, and mountains.
But wasn't fertility meant to be like Aphrodite's, or whatever her name was?
She's sexuality and desire. She is also a goddess of fertility, but this is where it's going to get a bit confusing.
Oh, great.
There are multiple ones for multiple things sometimes.
Okay.
Like I said with
But
Kronos,
this is all one face.
Yes, but the way they saw it, like I said in the previous one, you had the Protogenoi, then the Titans were in power.
Oh, so during the Titans era, then
there was different.
Yeah, so she was the god of fertility during the Titan era of things. Right, yeah.
And so, like we said before, those two are the parents of the main 6 Olympians.
Right.
And then I will put it out there, I might butcher these names because they are hard to say, some of them.
Ooh, you have people judging you in the comment section now, man.
One of the next ones is Coeus. Yep, who is the Titan of intellect, farsight. He's also called the Axis of Heaven.
These kind of like gods of all these things. This is why the older religions were so much cooler. There's so much, there's a god for everything.
Oh yeah, there is.
There's a god for everything.
There is. Anyone out there who wants to do their own research, look into things, I'll warn you, it's a rabbit hole. The next one is Creus, who is the god of constellations and stars. So he is the one who put the stars in place. And all the constellations you see in the sky are him. And he can use them.
Right. So in the olden times they thought that God just put all the stars out there.
Yes.
Because you know why? Why not?
Oh, like I said, they had a god for everything. The next one you might know because you might have heard the name for Hyperion.
No.
No?
No.
The god of light and power.
That's quite cool.
Yeah.
Power. How would they have quantified power in their time?
Strength. Like the
power,
physical power, but
physical
also
power.
mental power.
Yeah.
That sort of thing. Now, right. This next one, I'm probably butchering it. Iapetus.
That sounded about right. That sounded about right.
Yeah. Titan of mortality.
Mortality. Cheery.
Yeah. And those 4 that I've just mentioned are the 4 cardinal points. North, east, south, west.
Okay. What?
They represented the 4 cardinal points. So the compass, north, east, south, west.
Right.
Like I said.
I'm sorry, I call like an answer with what?
Yeah, they are the cardinal points.
So there's these gods that all represent different aspects of things. And also they decided that they were also the gods. So one is a god of north, one is a god of...
No. Their roles were that to do with... They weren't the god of that. Their roles was to do with things like that. So they ruled the north, east, south, west. So Kronos was the king of all the Titans.
Yeah.
These were almost like the generals. They each had
so
area.
they had like a northern area, an eastern area, western and southern area.
And they would like control things
in their areas. Right.
Another one that I could be butchering, Mnemosyne.
I'm not going to be able to judge you, mate.
No.
It's going to be guys in the comment section.
This one is quite an interesting Titaness because she was one of the original 12 Titans.
I like their 12s, don't they?
Yes, but she in the Titan Olympian War, she actually sided with the Olympians.
Okay.
So even though she was one of the 12, she sided with the Olympians. She's the Titaness of memory and remembrance. So every thought.
What's her name?
Mnemosyne. But yeah, memory. Anything that you remember or you can think of is down to her. So every memory you've got is cherished by her.
Okay. So she holds all your memories.
One way of thinking of it, yes. Yeah. And every memory of every person.
So it's almost like you felt like there was someone looking out for those special moments in your life. Almost.
Yes.
That's quite nice. I kind of like that. That I kind of really like.
I thought you'd like that one.
I like that one.
And then with the next one, Oceanus. I'm sure you can guess.
Is that the god of skies?
Yeah, you got that one.
Of birds and stuff. No, is that god? Is that
Oceans.
Yeah, I was going to say, is that god
Fresh
Oceans?
water. And also, he was the fountain of Earth's fresh water.
Yeah, I see what he did there. He was the fountain. Yeah.
Yep.
He was the wellspring.
Trust me, some other mythologies that we'll get into, especially the Norse, their creation story is quite gruesome.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh, I can't wait for that one.
You will love that one.
Oh, yeah, let's do it.
The next one, quite a common name actually nowadays.
What?
Phoebe.
Phoebe. I love that name. It's a really nice name, that is.
The Titaness of bright intellect and prophecy. So she was.
That name's actually been used quite in the same way in Charmed. Phoebe, the character, she was the one that. Was she the one that got she was the one that used to have premonitions and stuff.
Prophecy.
And then she became empathic as well.
Bright intellect. It all plays in.
Yeah.
The next one is Tethys, the consort of Oceanus.
Consort. So like roommate.
Roommate.
Yeah, heavy quotations. Roommate.
She was the Titaness of fresh water. So Oceanus had the control over all water.
Yeah.
Tethys only had control over fresh water.
So he was her husband and controlled everything, but he gave her a little bit to look after though.
Yeah.
Oh, how nice of him.
The next one is Thea.
Thea.
Got Titaness of sight, shiny light, and splendor.
Oh, that's a nice one.
And the last one is Themis, who is actually quite a powerful Titaness. She is the Titaness of divine law and order. So she had the final say in a lot of things.
So anyone that would be doing judgment or anything like that would be praying to her.
Yes. Or would look to her
for guidance.
Even the gods, the Titans, they would look to her for guidance.
Yeah, that's cool.
One thing that I didn't mention as well, these 12, it all splits to 6 couples.
That's nice then.
And they're all brothers and sisters.
Well, different times, man. You can't be judging on different times.
They are all the children of Gaia and Uranus.
Yeah, well, we can't really judge. Look at the Christian faith. The whole idea of that is we're all brothers and sisters anyway.
Yep.
And everything in between. We're not saying just one or the other.
Nope.
Sure.
So they're the 12 Titans.
Yeah.
So they would have been in charge before the Olympians.
So they just kind of just divided up the planet among all the different resources and just ruled over them. Is that the concept behind that?
Behind a lot of the Greek gods, there was a god or a personification behind it.
Yeah.
So,
in other words, they believed that
the world it had something.
Yeah, it was almost like you could almost say, because it seems that they're, from what I'm gathering, it's a very touristy perception of everything, is that their whole culture and everything is based off this grand idea of all this religion and stuff. So you could almost say that the fact there's a quantification of a god for everything, it's almost like respecting every single thing.
Yes, they respected.
Because especially if your main culture is this faith, then it is almost like your entire culture is going, look, these things are all divinity and should be respected.
Yes, and they respected everything.
As someone who is a little bit spiritually forward in the way he is, I really dig that. That's quite cool.
Yeah. And
probably helps everyone respect things better as well.
And culture as well. They respected everyone and everything.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Even people who weren't, say, you lived in Athens, and someone from another city-state came, you respected them. They were a traveller.
Yeah.
And as we mentioned in the previous one, Hermes, the god of travellers.
Yeah, see, this is what you do. if you know that
It is
people
all
have a
tied
bit of
together.
an issue with others and thoughts of like other groups and stuff, that's an interesting. It's almost like the Greeks figured out a way of kind of making everyone. That is a good way of getting everyone kind of on board of just be good people.
Yeah.
Like
I mean,
if everything is
the exceptions.
obviously.
One of the biggest ones was the Spartans.
But it's nice to watch that kind of a whole culture develop that mindset though. That's especially in a times like now, that's really quite a nice and I know that there's probably people who have historically looked at the whole big picture of it might be like, yeah, but what about this thing that happened and that?
There was
obviously. Like I'm not saying,
like,
hey guys, let's all become Olympians again.
Have come up throughout history, and some of the stories with the Greeks, there was infighting. There was.
Yeah.
I mean,
but there's that
the
aspect.
amount of times as well, going back to the Olympians, the amount of times that Zeus was actually almost overthrown by his own children.
Yeah. But what I'm getting at is
one of the best ones that I love is obviously I mentioned before that Hephaestus and Aphrodite were married. Yeah, Aphrodite had many affairs with Ares.
Ares. Yeah.
Who is Hephaestus' brother?
Why not?
And but Hephaestus got his own back numerous times because he was the blacksmith god. He laid elaborate traps.
Huh.
And one of the stories is he trapped them in a golden web that was unbreakable. And literally everyone saw them, all the Olympians. So he shamed them. Hephaestus also laid a trap for his mother, Hera. So yeah, there was peace, but there was also infighting.
Yeah, I know, but
But again, that represents humanity as well.
Yeah, and the thing is, that's what I was getting at, is this concept, like, if you look at the way we are at the moment... Sorry, guys, we're going to be going a little bit off Greek here. We're going to be going in a general discussion as we do.
I can go back to Greek as well if you want.
But the thing is yeah, you do look at that, and you do kind of question yourself. You're like, look at the Greek culture and how much they managed to achieve in their lifespan of existence.
Thousands of years.
I know, but yeah, exactly. That in itself, like a culture lasting that long, and you just think to yourself, you're like, what was it they did right that helped them exist so long? And instead of like, yeah, obviously, like all cultures, there will be issues with them.
Oh yeah.
And it might be that, as I will fully admit, I'm not a historian. I don't know a lot of stuff about them. I'm just taking.
I wouldn't consider myself a historian.
Exactly. I'm just taking on what I'm seeing as part of like, as an onlook on the general idea of the faith itself is, and because their faith was a main aspect of their culture for a long time. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know anyone Greek these days, so I don't know what their society is like now.
Not so much religious.
But at the same time, it's understandable.
They do also cherish that history.
Which is quite nice for saying that as British people. I do not cherish my history. I can say without a full front, I do not cherish our history.
People don't actually know the mythological history of Britain.
Oh no, not mythological, like I'm an actual history. But anyway, like, just that idea of, instead of a faith, because let's look at, we always go back every time we do these comparisons to things, is comparing old religions that had concepts and mystical beings for everything, compared to what in the West we have a lot more of single god and
monotheistic.
Very, very much worship this one being, because this one being is the one thing that must control everything, and because we have this one idea that controls everything, we control the narrative, and it's like there were some faiths that had it right, that were like, look, if you do kind of give everything a level of respect that it deserves, then over time people will just kind of just respect everything, and maybe that is one of the things that helped them survive so long, is because everything was just respected, so and it became a norm.
Some of the Greek cities were named for gods. One of the biggest ones, Athens, was was named after Athena.
I don't know if there's a word for it, but I have culture envy. I have proper culture envy. I know this is looking at just like the religious side of things, but as someone who grew up a little bit religious,
the thing is, they
proper
yes,
religious.
It's a religion, but they didn't see it the way we did. They would have seen it as just everyday life. There's beings out there that are beyond us that have control.
Yeah.
And if we want something a bit easier for us, we pray to them. And as well, a lot of the time there was no singular building for worship. They worshipped the gods by doing things. Like they would have worshipped one of the ones we mentioned, Cronus, God, Titan of the harvest. If there was a good harvest, he would be one not so much, because in the time of humanity it would have been Demeter.
Yeah.
But they would have worshipped and praised her for a good harvest.
Yeah.
Or if it had been a bad harvest, they'd have been like, what did we do wrong?
Okay.
Was there something...
So bringing this back to the main topic of the video, Titans.
Yep.
Looking at Hercules, because that is basically where I get everything of Greek. I will admit this is the extent of my knowledge. In the story, Hades has the power of to summon 4 Titans, right? A fire one, an earth one, a wind one, and a Cyclops one. The 4, like, are they actual Titans, or is that just Disney taking absolute liberties?
That's just Disney.
Oh, is that just Disney Universe doing Disney things? Okay then.
Right. When we talk about the Protogenoi, we might cover some ones like that. But yes, as much as I love the Disney film, as a student of Greek mythology, it pisses me off.
Well, that's why Sim Theory exists, to tell you it's a different universe, man. Right? They're not.
I love watching it, but I'm just sitting there like, because one big thing that annoys me so much, well, there's 2 that annoys me so much with that film. Well, there's quite a few, but Hercules, or in Greek times it would have been called Heracles.
Yeah.
Was not the child of Hera. He was not a god. He was a demigod.
So Zeus was his father?
Zeus was his father, but his mother was human.
Right.
The other one that pisses me off the most,
yeah,
is the way they portray Hades.
Oh, is a proper villain?
Hades was not the villain. He was never the villain. You look at all the Greek stories, Hades is not.
Tell us some. Go on. Let's go. Let's go over some maybe.
Offhand, I would have to research them, but if you actually look at a lot of the stories, the bad guy that causes all the trouble for humanity
Zeus.
is Zeus.
Yeah, I know the one. The thing is, Zeus is the reason the Minotaur exists.
Oh yes.
Because he decided. Yeah, he just decided. Let's just screw around with humanity.
Well, no, like we said last time, he came onto a princess. She rejected him. He cursed her.
Yeah, Zeus is not a great person.
No. But Hades, yeah, okay, he gets a bad rep because he was the god of the underworld, but he didn't kill anyone. He just watched over the souls.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So going to this story that you had the Protogenoids, am I saying that right? And then the Titans, and then the what led to the Titans being basically usurped by the Olympians? What happened there?
Right.
What's the so-called story anyway?
The story played out that obviously the Titans took power from their father. So you can see the pattern repeating.
Yeah. So it's almost like destiny means that each generation does definitely will take power.
Force.
Oh, that's cheerful. Every time, like, I know this is going to happen, yeah, but we have to do it by force.
No, but the thing is, Kronos heard the prophecy, and he wanted to stop it.
Oh, see, dude, Doesn't doesn't he understand the rule about self-fulfilling prophecies?
I
Like,
know.
you just have to let them happen.
Yep. Well, and also you were talking about how the Titans came to power, weren't you?
Yep.
They came to power because their mother, Gaia, depends how you say it.
Yeah, that's cool.
Her and her husband, Uranus, so the earth and the sky,
Yeah.
they had the children, the Titans, and it was foretold that the Titans would rise to power. But Gaia, as one of the stories goes, she was unhappy with her husband, so she convinced her son, Kronos, to kill him and take over.
So, it's mother's fault that son usurped father.
In some of the legends, yes. She convinced her son to kill their father and take his place.
Because she didn't want her kids dying anyway.
Well, no. This is where a lot of people get it wrong as well with Gaia, the Mother Earth figure. In Greek mythology, she was not God. She wasn't. She was not God. She did things whenever, however she wanted. And obviously, we'll go more into her either later in this video or another one. But so, Kronos took his scythe and literally chopped his father up into 1,000 million pieces.
Cheery, just because his mum told him to.
And also, Kronos wanted the throne. He wanted to rule.
Okay.
Because he was the oldest child, he wanted the power.
Wow.
So, he chopped his dad into pieces.
Yeah.
And did it like that. He then took control. But, like I mentioned before with Aphrodite in the previous video,
Yeah.
one of the legends of her birth was when Uranus was chopped into pieces. Basically, his genitals fell into the ocean.
Let me guess, he impregnated the ocean and someone was born.
Well, no, because strictly speaking, the ocean is
His mum.
male.
Oh, he's male.
The ocean has male deities.
Oh, okay.
But his balls dropped into the ocean and outsprung Aphrodite on a clamshell, fully grown.
Is it a clamshell though? Or is it just how humans see his genitals?
Who knows? But yeah, so
She could just be a giant Titan sperm.
who knows?
Very beautiful one from every depiction that's ever shown of her.
Evil as well.
Oh.
Oh yeah, she's a goddess of love.
See, this is why I need to watch
Any kind
Xena more,
of
because
love.
I think Xena did a much better job at showing
Any
the
kind
gods.
of love. She didn't care. And throughout the stories, if she found a couple that she really was happy for, she would test them. She would put things in their way, cause problems for them, to prove their love.
Sorry guys, you might notice a slight cut there. Something came up. So we've covered Aphrodite and we made a weird idea that she was a
Just
Titan
a walking,
sperm.
talking sperm. Well,
And,
isn't that what everyone is?
So, but Aphrodite is an Olympian though, right?
She is considered an Olympian because that's who she sided with.
But she did exist during the time of the Titans.
Depending on which story you look at, she could have existed from the beginning.
Okay.
Because, as we'll go into with the Protogenoi, they are actual personifications of.
We should probably
things.
cover the Protogenoi. I think I think we've covered enough of the Titans.
Yeah, the Titans. We've got most of them, the major ones covered.
I can see why. I think in fiction they're mostly just boiled down to elemental beings because
There's a lot.
They are basically just like the grandparents and parents of the Olympians, really, aren't they?
Yes.
So I understand why most stories just go, they're the Olympians, they are the gods that everyone knows, and Titans are just
the
elemental things.
I know a lot of this because I've done the research, but on a quick glance, most people know the Olympians because they're the ones that most of the stories are about.
Mm-hmm.
So the Protogenoi. So basically, the Protogenoi are the first beings. They're the ones who. Well, the first being was Chaos.
So if we were to do a 1-for-1, Chaos would be
The creator.
God, basically.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Chaos was the first being.
All right.
Basically, the nothingness, the void.
Space, basically.
Yeah.
It's interesting that they had a god for nothingness. That it's the fact that they understood that. This is what's really interesting about the Greeks is they understood and knew a freaking lot.
They did.
And the fact they have a god for the nothingness means that they probably understood that maybe the universe came from nothing.
Yeah. Well, no, they believed it came from chaos. There was nothing. There was chaos, and then the gods came forth, and that's the Protogenoi, and then that's when things kicked off.
But it's only quantified as a thing because humans are quantified as a thing.
Yeah.
But
yes,
it's still the god of nothingness.
Yes.
They understood that the world started off as a void of nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Which is true. Which is
so as we were saying, the first being chaos.
Uh-huh.
Then from chaos came the other Protogenoi.
Mm-hmm.
The two main ones that I have mentioned earlier in the video, Gaia
Mm-hmm.
and Uranus. Mother Earth, Father Sky. And they are literally the Earth and the sky. So
right.
when we're walking on the Earth, we're walking on Gaia. Every mountain, every land is Gaia. Everything.
I grew up with a pagan mum. I understood the idea of Mother Earth, yeah.
And Father Sky. Maybe
Not Father
so
Sky
much.
so much, but definitely
Yeah.
Mother Earth.
So, as we mentioned earlier in the video, they are the parents of the Titans, the 12 Titans.
Yeah.
Grandparents of some of the Olympians. Then the next ones, some of these are sometimes contested as to whether they're spirits or personifications.
Mm-hmm.
So the next one is Achilles. Poison, misery, and sadness.
Joyful.
And some of the legends go that she was this decrepit, almost wraith-like being that was always
That
hooded,
sounds terrifying.
always crying.
That
or whimpering.
sounds terrifying.
And she could control poisons.
Oh great, so there's a creepy as hell spirit lady that goes around poisoning people. That is super bloody Greeks.
Oh, yeah.
I take it all back. Your religions are terrifying.
Oh, so it gets worse.
We thought God being ruthless by just being like, oh, you know what? I'm going to go murder a bunch of Egyptian kids because I'm going to prove a point was bad enough. No, there's this really creepy lady that just exists and she poisons because that's her existence.
Yep.
Fun!
The next one, you've probably heard the word before. Aether. Or ether.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was a Greek primordial.
Okay, what of?
Light and the upper atmosphere. So
Interesting.
that's above the earth.
See, this again, it goes back to this whole thing about they're giving a god
They give everything.
for everything.
Yep. The next one, Ion. Eternity.
Oh, cool.
And also circular and unbounded time. Yep. Another
I love the idea of circular time.
Yep. That it just...
It carries on going over and over.
And if you look in the Greek creation story, one cycle, another cycle, another cycle.
So did they believe that humanity would one day usurp the Olympians? Was that meant to be the idea?
Stated, but it is possible that
that was meant to be the plan.
That we would rise to be the next gods.
Which, I think if people stop obsessing over minor political issues and we actually use the technology we have, I do think that we could be what we classify as massive
this next
quotation
one,
marks
you could
God.
Be quite interested in.
Yeah.
Ananke.
Ananke.
Again, I'll put it out there. I could be butchering these names. Inevitability, compulsion, and necessity.
That's cool.
So that compulsion you feel to do something
is because of him.
No, her.
Her. Sorry, her.
Her. Yes.
We shouldn't assume anyway. These are divine beings. We should not assume their gender.
No. They all have genders. There's only a few that don't. Chaos is neutral. Has no gender.
That's because it's the ultimate being. Do you see what the Greeks were saying? The Greeks were saying, right, to be the ultimate being, you have no gender.
Yep. And there are a few other ones throughout, like, I don't think so much of the Titans, but the Olympians, there are some that are either neutral or both. The next one, Kronos. Not the Kronos that we've spoke about earlier, another Kronos.
What?
Yes, there's two Kronoses, one with a C, one with a K.
Of course there was.
And this one
See,
is...
they're different. One uses a C and one uses a K.
And this one is the primordial of empirical time.
Empirical time?
Yes.
Is that linear time?
I would assume so.
Empirical time.
One that you will probably like is the next one. Erebus.
Erebus. That's a cool name.
Darkness and shadow.
Ooh. Yeah.
So every shadow you see...
You know that Axus is praying to that god when he's corrupted as hell.
Oh, yes.
You know he's praying to that one.
Yep. The next one, Eros. You could possibly... Let's see if you can work out...
Air?
Nope.
Eros.
What does the word sound like?
Sounds like air, that's why I decided air.
Add a few letters onto the end. Erotic.
Or sex.
Love and attraction.
Oh yeah. My kind of god.
The next one, Nyx. Now I have mentioned this one to you before. Night.
Oh yeah, that's daughter of day, isn't it?
No.
Oh, mother of day. Mother of day.
Yes. So the way the Greeks saw it, night came first.
Of course. It would come before day, wasn't it?
Yeah.
If you want to, like,
And
whatever
when they saw
night is meant to be.
would have been darkness.
Yeah.
Yep. And then on to the next one. Hemera. Day. One that I bet you wish you could get at the moment. The next one. Hypnos.
Sleep.
Yep. The primordial of sleep.
See, everyone keeps asking me, like, how much sleep are you getting? Not a lot, but I'm not surprised. Part of being a parent is you're told before you become a parent, you're going to lose sleep, so I've just accepted that. I don't care.
The next one, Moros.
Moros.
Yep. Doom.
Doom.
Yeah. So, there is no story of the ending in Greek, but one thing that I've seen is that he is the end of the world. He's the doom of everything.
Cheery. That must be a cheery thought to have among all your primordial brothers and sisters. Hey guys, I'm Doom. Oh, well, bad luck, man. Have you heard what happened to you? What? You're just gonna end the world one day. Cheery.
The next one, even though she is a primordial, she's often grouped with the Olympians. Nemesis.
Okay.
Retribution.
Her name's Nemesis.
Yes.
But she's the god of retribution.
Yep.
Did we just misunderstand what the word nemesis meant or something? Because pretty sure nemesis means like your Vegeta, your Gary from Pokemon, your
enemy.
Yeah.
But
Retribution.
she's also revenge. And so she was that sort of balance, sort of.
Okay, maybe I get it. Retribution.
Yeah.
Against your nemesis, revenge. That's quite cool.
The next one, Pontus. The sea. He is literally the sea.
But then he eventually dies when the Titans take over.
His essence. This is where when I say personification.
Right.
So, the Titans and the Olympians, they're gods of.
Yeah.
He is that. Just as Gaia is Earth.
No, not the spirit of
sky.
Not the spirit of Earth. She is Earth.
Yes.
Earth is her.
Yes.
Oceans are
Is
him. So when they rule over the ocean, they're ruling over that primordial.
His spirit.
Okay.
Basically.
Wow.
And so when you see him,
Put a dude in your place much.
yeah.
I am the embodiment of sea, and I control you.
Yep. The next one, Thanatos.
Thanatos.
Death.
You know that sounds like a Power Ranger villain.
Yeah.
Thanatos.
Yep.
Or a Digimon.
Either one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Death.
Death.
He is death.
So that's just a cool name for death. Death just have death. What are you the god of? I'm the god of death.
Well, no. He's not the god of death. He is death.
Yeah, but it's what I'm getting about.
He's one of the inspirations for the Grim Reaper.
Oh, that's cool. That's really what, as in the look and everything.
And his abilities.
Oh, that's cool.
Thanatos could literally walk up to someone, touch them, and they would die instantly. Or he could say to him, "You will die in a certain point," and you couldn't escape it.
That's cheery. That's a cheery thought.
Literally, and he.
Good thing humans weren't around during the time of these beings, because
no. He's around at the time of the Olympians.
Oh, I guess, yeah.
He's immortal. As long as there is death, he's there.
Well, there's just a being that just walks around and just goes, you know what? I'm gonna die now. Bye.
Hence, he is one of the inspirations for the Grim Reaper.
See, I like the Grim Reaper more because at least the Grim Reaper's like omnipotent powers are bound by a level of rules, which is you only kind of grab the souls of people that are meant to die at this point.
But he can literally kill by touching.
Oh god.
The next one is quite an interesting one. It is the second husband of Gaia.
Okay, so if I remember correctly, Gaia's son
is Kronos,
who murdered his father.
Yep.
And chopped him into 100 million pieces.
Yep.
And then she married this person.
After
this being.
After the Titans were destroyed by the Olympians.
After?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
And this is Tartarus.
Tartarus? That name's been used before and things.
Yes, because literally he is the deepest part of hell.
Oh, nice.
It's where basically Tartarus.
I tried dating a sky once and it didn't work.
So I've gone for hell.
So I decided, you know what? Toxic relationships for the win.
Yep.
I'll date hell.
And basically, when going back to the story with the Titans and the Olympians fight, when the Olympians won, they threw the Titans that didn't side with them, they threw them all into Tartarus.
Wow.
So basically, it's a jail. The deepest part of hell is a jail.
But it's also a thing.
Yes. This is where it gets a bit. Yeah.
I guess when you decide your whole culture is going to be based on the idea that everything is a divine thing, it can get a bit confusing a little bit.
Yes. Oh yes. And so, like I said, he was the second husband of Gaia, and their children were the giants.
Giants.
Yes, and she gave birth to the giants in retaliation for the Olympians defeating the Titans.
Even though she basically kicked it all off anyway.
Yeah, she kicked it all off.
She kicked it all off by
the
convincing her.
When the Olympians came into rule, she wasn't happy.
Well, sorry, dear. You kicked all this off anyway by telling your son to go and murder your first husband.
Yep.
Oh my god, it's got worse drama than EastEnders. God.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
The divine beings, their dramas,
Greeks
everything.
are known for tragedy and comedy.
Yeah, I can see why, because even their religions are...
Have dark places, yeah.
All we get is like a serpent being like, hey, eat this apple, it's interesting. And then we eat it, and then God goes, no, get out of my garden, just leave, you ain't coming back. And they're just like, oh yeah, we have God, we have Earth that convinced her son to murder the sky, and then afterwards she murdered the deepest parts of hell and had children that were in defiance to her getting her son to murder her.
Yep. And so you got the war between the Titans and the Olympians. After that was the war between the Olympians and the Giants, and each giant was born to oppose a certain god.
Okay. So why does no one talk about the giant? I've never heard this. The giants
Because
in the
they're
Olympian
not.
stuff.
I only know because I've done my research into it.
Right.
I haven't got the names wrote down, but yeah, each one was.
So this isn't just like new stuff that's been added recently.
No. It's been in the stories for a long time.
Oh, okay. Cool.
It's just most people don't know because they don't take the time to look into it.
And do the giants win?
No.
Giants get defeated by the Olympians as well. So the Olympians are still
And
meant
banished into Tartarus.
Oh. He's a big man, isn't he? He's got so much inside him.
Yep. Well, and as well, Tartarus, when you hear the stories of the monsters, and like the Minotaur, all of them, the Harpies, the Griffins, they all spawn from Tartarus. When they die, their essences go down there and are reborn, come back to the world.
Wait, sorry. So when they die, their essence goes into hell, but then they come back to Earth anyway.
They can do, yes.
Oh my god.
Like I said, it's complex.
I can kind of see why they were using Greek stuff for Assassin's Creed. They didn't go into it enough though, because there's some really deep, interesting stuff.
Like you were saying earlier about Assassin's Creed, it's not just Assassin's Creed. There's a lot.
God of War does it as well.
I will drop this. God of War, the main character is actually a Greek god.
Kratos.
Kratos is a Greek god.
Nice. It's not something they just made up then.
No, he was actually a named Greek god. Let me just double check if I've got it, if I remember it right. Oh, sorry, he is actually a third generation Titan.
Right.
So, but he was with the Olympians throughout it.
See, in God of War, he's just meant to be a Spartan warrior.
A Spartan, but no, he is actually a deity.
Huh.
He is the god of strength, might, and sovereign rule.
Strength, might, and sovereign rule.
Yep.
That mostly tracks with Kratos as a character.
Yeah, no, that's one I've been wanting to talk to you about. Yeah, Kratos is actually a Greek god.
That's interesting. Because they've kind of they've left all the Greek stuff now.
Yeah.
He's now going off murdering all the Norse gods now instead.
Yes, which we'll get to on another.
It's like, okay. I'm just gonna have this character
I'm just
go
waiting
around
for the
murdering
day
all
they
the
go
gods.
to the Egyptian ones.
Assassin's Creed's going to
Yes, I've noticed.
stuff.
Yeah, with
They
Assassin's Creed.
did Origins.
Origins,
the Egyptian stuff. They didn't go into the Egyptian stuff enough, I don't think.
Thing is, with the Egyptian, it's again like the Greeks. There's a lot.
People should be making some proper cool fantasy games using this stuff. They really should.
Oh my god!
Some really
There's
cool
enough
stuff
history with all of them. But yeah, so I'm not going to get into the other ones. That's for another video.
Okay. Wow.
So that's the basics of the Greek pantheon.
We should call this the basics.
Oh, it is.
On the Olympian mythology.
Well, Greek mythology.
Yeah, Greek mythology.
There is more, but I thought the best way to do that is obviously ask the viewers.
Right.
If they've got basically an aspect of life that they can think of, is there a god for it, or goddess, or titaness, or titan?
And you're gonna let them know.
Yep. I will either let them know in the comments.
So
or
how
in
about
another
this
video.
then? How about this? We'll make it interesting.
Yep.
I'll collect the questions.
Yep.
You can't look at them.
Yeah, I won't look at the comments.
And
another video.
And then I'll jump you with the questions in the next video.
Well, how about the next video?
Or the next Q&A. When we decide to do Q&A,
how about we do after this? We do a Q&A for the Greek, because that's the Greek pantheon pretty much covered now.
Okay.
So the next Greek one we can do ask and see if I know. Basically.
All right, yeah. Why not then? Why not?
Because I'm up for that. I'm always up for challenging my knowledge.
Yeah. Okay. So next when we do the Greek god Q&A stuff, I'll grab a bunch of viewers' comments
and some of your own.
Yeah. And we'll do that.
Yep. See if because I will warn you, there's a lot. I mean, we've covered the 12 Titans, 12 Olympians, and the Protogenoi. There are second generation Titans, third generation Titans. There are second generation Olympians, and there are some third generation Olympians as well. So there's a lot.
So wait, so the Titans they clearly had kids then, the second and third generation of the Titans. That was before the Olympians usurped them.
Before and after, depending on which Titan it was.
Oh, because some of them survived.
Some of them sided with the Olympians and survived, and went on to. That's why I said Kratos is a third generation Titan. He was born after the Titan War because his parents are second generation Titans.
Well, his father's meant. It hints, I think, at God of War, or I can't remember if it's straight up says it, but Zeus is meant to be his father.
Let me just double check because it gets confusing. And no, Zeus isn't his father. His parents are Pallas and Styx, as in the river Styx.
Yeah.
One of the rivers of the underworld.
And that is a personification or something as well, of course it is.
Yes.
Alright then.
Oh yes, there's 5 rivers of the underworld.
Okay, so guys, if you have any questions about Greek mythology of gods.
The viewers can't see it, but I will show Mr. Theorist the notes.
Jesus, there is.
So, that's the second generation.
Yeah.
Third generation. And that's the Titans.
Okay.
The Olympians, we have these. These. These up to. These are the other beings. So these aren't.
And anyone in the comments that wants to ask a question, like it looks like Dave.
And then I've even
when I decided to do these podcasts, I didn't realise how much Dave had got into it.
Oh yes.
Like, dude, you're just a scholar. There, you should do like small lessons on this stuff.
Thing is, I don't do that because even I'm still learning.
No, but still, that's quite cool. Yeah, all right then.
So
cool.
as you've seen, there's a lot.
So yeah, we will set up a Q&A.
Yep.
You won't look at the questions.
I promise I won't look at the comments.
We'll test your knowledge when we come round to doing that.
I mean, and as well, if it's not just like personifications of or deities, if there's something you know of Greek mythology.
Yeah.
I know, like some of the creatures, Medusa, for example.
Yeah, I'll ask.
Gorgon.
I'm going to ask some stories. They're a race, aren't they? Gorgons are actually a race.
Well, race. They were human. They were cursed.
Oh, they're sisters, aren't they? There's 3 sisters. That's what it is. Yeah, see, I know some. I know
and again,
some stuff.
That number 3 is quite prominent as well.
Yeah.
Because it's the 3 fates, the 3 furies. So, yeah, I'm going to waffle on.
Right. Yeah, so I think that'd be really cool for us to do that.
Yeah, the next one on Greek stuff, Q&A.
It might be a couple of weeks because I want to try and...
all the questions, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, no, yeah, no, easy. The next one I can do on mythology, I can do another mythology.
Yeah.
But I can easily go back to it, and a lot of this is up here as well.
Cool. Awesome.
I just had to write it down so I got everything correct, because even I get it confused sometimes.
Wow. So, that was...
the Titans and the Protogenoi.
Yeah, and that was our whole kind of stick on
Greek.
giving a vague geeky archive of the
Greek mythology.
Greek mythology. Now, please, guys, do tell us how you feel about these videos.
And
please do.
Any question you've got, I'll answer.
Cool. But
I'll try to.
let us know, guys, what you think of these videos. Please ask questions in the comments.
Oh, I'm all for that.
It actually does help with the traffic and stuff with the channel as well, which is always good.
Learn more.
And any general comments are always appreciated and are helpful as well. And if you wouldn't mind liking and subscribing, guys, that would be really awesome. Until next video, we will both catch you later.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.